Okay, this one's a long time coming. This is Transformers Studio Series, whatever it is, Hatchet. And you might look at this and go, are you sure that's Hatchet? Are you sure that's not Crankcase? Or Crowbar? Or Berserker? I think those are the only versions of this, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's another one of these little, I think they're supposed to be like Sector 7 vans or something. It's a little black American SUV thing with wheels miles off the ground. And it rolls okay, it's nice, it's, you know, there's nothing really remarkable about it, apart from the fact it's still got a big grey hinge in the middle. Got a big grey tow bar-y thing, which I seem to think should stick out more. I seem to remember it sticking out more, but I've just transformed this and it doesn't. So, alright, well, size comparison, we have... this is the only one I could find in vehicle mode anyway. This is Berserker. So they are the same size, same vehicle, same lights, same everything, and at least partially the same mould. And we can tell this is the Berserker because if we look underneath, you can see the red cross on the body. So that's Berserker from last night? Age of Extinction? Age of Extinction, I think. But they're the exact same thing. If you don't have one of these guys, they're speedier blur. Okay? And it's a deluxe. What do you want me to say? It's a deluxe. I've got nothing else for you. I've messed up my little setup. Give me a minute. Right. We need to transform this. Okay. So, yeah, how's this work? Right. I'm going to... hang on. Flip down the bumper and extend it like that. We're going to wiggle the sides loose. Do we? Wriggle this bit loose. We're going to come to the back here and we're going to sort of wriggle the sides out a little bit, I think. Well, that's me messed up a bit. Yeah, I'll sort that in a minute. Get that, and we just want to be able to lift that whole thing up. This was the little tow bar bit, and this actually tabs into a little slot there, and another one on the other side with this flat and that flat. So tab into there, and they shouldn't really come out yet, but whatever. And this is, well, now we've got the shell forming part, and we've got basically Hatchet, sorry. Yeah. So we're going to get this panel, this panel. We're going to fold it over. I'm going to get this panel and fold it over. And we're going to wiggle this. You'll see this little tab slots into there. So we're going to get that loose and rotate it all the way back. Get this one, and we're going to pop this side. Come on, pop it loose. Come on. And rotate it all the way back. At which point we need to get these, turn them so the big panel is on the back. Try and tidy it a bit better. If you push it up and get the double hinge, it goes better. Rotate it so these are pointing down. Kink the foot forward, kink the foot forward, and then fold them up a bit into a more animalistic leg. Okay. Then we go to the back and we rotate these out. We flip out the hands, fold these panels down, bring it down, rotate. It should rotate. Come here. There we go. Rotate and bring it down. Bring that there. Rotate. Fold this down. Fold that in. And now we're basically into kibble management. So we fold that under. Fold that under. Hinge the whole thing back. And drop it down. And that goes on top. And there you go. Which really compacts down. I mean, I know it's a shell former, it's, you know, that's half the alt mode, but at least it compacts down well. And the last piece, and this is a little bit parts formery, is you get this and you use what would be the tow bar, and it'd be better if it attached here or under here, and I don't know if there's some like fan things that allow you to do that. What you have to do is tuck it into this groove here, which means half the tail is obstructed by this front bumper piece. If you lift that up, the thing comes untabbed. But that is effectively Hatchet in his robot mode. I say robot, beastie, dog, whatever mode. Raw. raw. Turn the head, turn the head, turn the head. There are little dreadlocky things, as everyone else has got, but they're kind of buried behind the shoulders. And I like it because it's part of the dreads. I like the dreads. I like the generic looking background Decepticon guys. I like those things. They're a bit, more interesting than just having another Optimus Prime. But it's not the most exciting thing ever. Do you remember the Cyberverse one? Was it Cyberverse that turned into the jet? Come on. One thing I will say, these panels that are on the front legs, people have a lot of problems with these, and apparently they pop off and fall off. You'll notice mine haven't. I'll give you a little clue. It's called super glue. A couple of little dabs of super glue. Perfect. Really don't know what people's problem is with that. I think some people could take them off if they wanted a more slim leg, but honestly, I'm happy with it as it is. And yeah, I mean, the face is kind of derpy. You can't lift it up or anything, and it is pretty much literally up until about there the normal dreads, effectively. But whatever. I don't care. At least they all look like they're made from the same mold, protoform, whatever kind of thing you want. And that's kind of what they're supposed to look like. They're just variants of the same thing. I kind of like that. Size comparison, well, there's 86 Blur. So it's a deluxe on its hands and knee. Well, hands and toes, I don't know. Crawling like a dog. And that's Crowbar. This is a lot more like the crankcase. This is a lot more like crankcase than Crowbar, but they all basically use the same transformation. Like these panels are these panels. These on the back of the legs are those on the back of the legs. Backpack is exactly the same. So what can I say? He's not going to set your world on fire, but he's the last one of the dreads I needed. Now I've got him. Now I have the dreads. If I can find my crankcase. So I've got him. I've got Berserker. I've got the original, was it Dark of the Moon crankcase? I've got him knocking around. I just need to find my Studio Series crankcase. Or Premier Edition, whatever it was. But yeah, so like I say, Hatchet. Is he good? Not really. But is he kind of fun? Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of fun. He's kind of derpy. He's kind of stupid. And he kind of looks a bit like Zool. Zool. Yeah, I think his mouth should permanently be open. It makes him look way more intimidating than... I don't know. Anyway, I think the dogs will be more downstairs, so I need to scarper. So, I should be ugly. I should be wretched. I shall see all of you in the next one. Watcha.